Good day, guys. I don't know if you can hear me. We had some technical problem today, and let me see.
Good day, guys. I don't know.
Okay, we got it. We have some technical problem, and we managed to get it to work. It's an update on the YouTube, which caused us a little problem getting connected. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading and stay on sim as long as needed before you go live. Today we started at 9:30, and now we have to reactivate everything again. We are testing the new Autotrade, which we have not been released. It's just turn on, turn off. As you see, we started at 9:30, but we had some problem. We had to shut down everything and then restart the computer. So we had a problem when we tried to come in live on a YouTube at 10 o'clock, and now it's 11 o'clock. As you see, the ES has not taken any trade. We started at 9:30, but we had to shut down the computer, restart again, then get some technical support. So it was a little bit messy with the new update on YouTube. We will try to catch up what's going on the for the ones that just joined us today. The left upper corner, this is a market analyzer base on 1 minute, and the scalper is on the right corner. Actually, the scalper we are using the white charts, and this is a CL scalper. On the blue chart you see here on the Nasdaq is the swing trading, and we haven't had time to manage those trades because of this technical problems we had. So thank you, G Trader, and uh, so thank you, guys. Uh, we'll try to we wait on the new signals, and we will in the meantime, let's look at the ES from the start today. From 9:30, the ES is not going anywhere. The support area 24.28, the resistance area 24.33.75. So you gotta be careful to approach the ES. And at the moment, there is no trade on the ES. Is getting caught in this channel between a support and a resistance. So we need to see some breakout from those area before we make a decision. And we will we have the scalpers on a slow day like this. Your best offer is the scalper. The scalpers are based on 15 seconds. So no matter what you do, you can always find a few ticks here and there on the scalper. On the TI7, because we just restarted the system, and we don't have actually any trades taken except one chart on the TI7. We only have one trade on the TI7, and hopefully it will get us somewhere on that trade as well. And it's a little bit out of shape today. I'm sorry, guys. When we tried to log into YouTube, we got this technical problem. YouTube has updated their system, and I was not aware of it because I was gone last week. So it's gonna take me time to redo the system here. We will give it a few minutes so the trades will start kicking in. Thank you, sir. I absolutely, Danny, agree with you. As you see, Danny, the market here is the support area, Danny, 34.28, and the resistance is 34.33, and as long as this ES is staying in this area here, we're gonna have a little problem with this one here. So a bit slow day. Even the scalper, Danny, is not taking any trade. This is the new auto trade we are testing. There is no trades from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, made 2,200, and we got beat on the Russell, 800 on the DAX. The ES, we didn't have it on, so we just put it on. So there is no trade on the ES CL 340. So we just start getting in, and when we had this problem with the YouTube, and the things is we only find out at 10 o'clock when we're trying to steam. We couldn't connect. It was nothing showing on the YouTube, and it is a little bit. So we're trying to see some kind of breakout on the ES. The only time we can take a trade on the ES once the ES break the 34.35. There is no short trade. There is a pullback re-entry, but it's very important before we start taking the trades on the ES. We need to see this ES going above the 34, 35.25. Because it's been from last half an hour, it's going between back and forth between those levels, and there is no actually, the market is not trending. So we will watch and see what will do the ES, but absolutely there is no short. If you want to take a trade, it's a pullback re-entry at this level, 34.2850. This is the only available trade to take long. If you want to take any trades here, guys, you follow me on the sim. I'm not responsible for your trade. This is not a trading room. This is an educational room, and I'm not responsible for your trade. So it's been on back and forth on the buy entry, which I don't like the buy entry at 34, 33.50, because we have a resistance level at 35.25. So I prefer to wait till the market cross the 34, 35.25 before I can take any trades in there. Okay, we have a new signal on the NASDAQ. A new signal on the NASDAQ. And on the NASDAQ as well, we have the TI7 on the NASDAQ is taking a trade. Now the auto trade start sinking in and taking some trades. And this is the ES start kicking in, and the gold start taking the trades. The gold is not gonna make it. Let's see what else we have. Okay, took one trade out, and we are on the first trade made 175. This one not gonna make it. You know, when you see a trade going back the opposite direction or is going to your, you can immediately cover yourself and close it. You see on the button on the top. So this is, you will not go into the minus. This is really, if you don't want to deal with that trade, you just close it without deactivating the auto trade. A little bit trying to fix in after we had this technical problem is like, you know, it's not comfortable to sit down and look at those. All right, so this one here, a break even, we will leave it as is. A very flat market. At least we break even on those, and we'll monitor some of those trades. That's why we have explained that you should not take any trade on the ES. This is an auto trade, but we should not be taking a trade below the 34, 35, 25, as I said. We need to see a breakout from the 34, 35, 25. And this is a nothing, it's just a little pullback. There is no short. Be careful, guys. If you want to insist on taking a trade, you can take a short, but as long as you know it could be the market, you can take a short as a pullback. It's not a short, trending short. And then you can exit a few ticks at 34, 31.50, or you can manage to go all the way down to the 34, 28.50. But you gotta be very light-handed if you want to scalp between the channel. You have to be very light-handed, not you know, bang on it, get some ticks and get out. You know, this is if you want to scalp it. If you don't want to scalp it, you just wait till this market a break out of the 34, 35. And now it's going in the opposite direction. And the pullback is right there at 34.28. We have, oh boy. Yes, Danny, I didn't have time to correct it, which you can use your own ATM, Danny. Um, you don't need to do the system. You can use your own ATM and set up the stop loss. Oh boy. Yes, sir. Jay, you can see we are. There is a heavy support area in here, and the sell off. Um, I'm not sure it's gonna be strong enough for that. If we look at the ES, you can see how much support area on the ES. What I see is only pullback at the moment, and this is a really, this is what exactly we have said 5 minutes ago. If you are a light-handed, take a short, and the max you can exit on 34.2875. And this is, at the moment, I don't see the market going to the short. The only thing I see is a pullback re-entry, and things can change from a minute to another, but I don't see a sell-off, Jay. So the one we called got right in line, and now this is really confusing for the trader, and it is confusing for an auto trade. I think your best offer, as I said before, when there is a chop market on the ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, and there is no direction, is almost never felt, Jay, that the CL run. So what I'm trying to say, when you don't find good trades on a Nasdaq, ES, Dow Jones, it does not mean you're out of business. It means you can always find the CL trending, on a days like this. So a lot of traders refuge to the CL when they see there is a lot of hooly bully on this market here. So if we look at the ES, we have this projection at the 27.85, and we are far from a short right now, and we need to see if this ES break this projection at 34 27.75, and still, in order for us to go short, we need to look for an open area where there is not a lot of bumpers on the way. So it's too early to call that short, and we have this projection. We need to deal one piece at a time until we see. This is the system here is showing a re-entry buy, and this is a trailing stop for the fibs, and this is a re-entry buy. So we're not at the moment on the short side. We are still, it is a very critical area to take trades on the ES, whether you are auto trading or manual trading, is an extreme high risk area to take or initiate any kind or any type of a trading, whether it's long or short, because it could be the market going in both of direction. And taking a trade in this area here is like you are flipping a coin and you have no clue. I have no clue where this market going in this area here. It can go both of direction. So the best way is to stand by for 5 minutes to confirm the short, pull back, re-entry. This is the best success method you can have. So right now, we're about to go short on the ES, and the Nasdaq still this is very interesting. Even the scalpers are not taking any trades at the moment. We don't have even one open position on the market analyzer on the right upper corner. There is not even one trade on the scalper. None whatsoever. None. So this is very interesting. And it's about to break out very soon. The Nasdaq, if we look at the swing trading, the Nasdaq is taking a lot of beat on the swing trading. Earlier today, around 9:30, made one trade for over 1900, and now it's taking a beat. The Nasdaq, there is no direction on it, and the problem is, if we go below that fib line at 34.26, we are going to have a short trade on the. You're gonna have a signal on the swing trading, and please, when you see that signal, do not follow that signal. I tell you why. It's going to be a bad signal. The reason is, if we look at the Nasdaq, you have a double support area. The Nasdaq is not going to respond with the ES. So please, again, if you see now a short trade on the swing trading, do not follow that. It's not going to be a good trade, And it is a matter of minutes before we see a short trade on the ES. And here what it is. You have a double support area here and a double support area there. That signal is not going to survive at all. So be careful to not take the ES short at the moment. There we go. We got the short trade, and I would not advise you to follow that trade. And actually, I want to close it I didn't have time to catch the NASDAQ, but I will. And it's not going to be a very long trade. And on those cases, if we look at the NASDAQ, there is a projection and a double support area here. And that is going to hold. And the ES is not going to go anywhere. Look at this. So what I will do, I will break even immediately on that trade. I will not kill the trade, but I will break immediately out of it. Give it as little bit as little as possible, and not take any chances on it. Because if this NASDAQ not able to, well, it broke it. Now the NASDAQ broke this concern area, the double support area, and it seems like we are now going on the short trade. And also, I still do not trust that movement in the market. I'm going to break it even. And when the trailing stop, the fib line, come into this area, they will move the trailing stop for you. But I still do not trust this market to keep further down if this NASDAQ cannot hold below the 512. Let's see if we can. This is a very interesting move. Let's see. Has not fired a short trade yet. There we go. Fired a short trade, followed by support at 1149. If we cross that one, that means we are in a good shape. If we can cross the 1149, as you see, where this market flirting with the 11,498.50, if we are able to penetrate that number, we are on a very good sided trade here. It is. There we go. We're done. We are safe. It is not just the auto-traded job to take a trade, even, but you need to make sure that you keep your eye on it, and we're still not totally closed below that line, so we need to close below that line for 498.50 in order for us to feel safe on that trade. And then what we are going to do, we're going to go ahead. I didn't have time last time. We're going to secure the trailing stop is based on a fib. I hide the stop loss above the double resistance line. I don't leave him out in the open. I hide my trailing stop out there. And this is what I'm scared of. Let's see. This is a very critical area at the moment. We're trying to catch the trend, and this is really, this is a double resistance. It used to be double support, now a double resistance, and it is. Look, this one here also, the resistance didn't hold, and now we are going on the last resistance. Yes, sir. Yes, Danny. And we're hoping that the 24 level will hold. If it's not, we are done. There is nothing we can do today. Look at this one, Danny. It is going down from the resistance, and let's see. So I knew it. There we go. No trade whatsoever, guys. No trade. So we're gonna sit on a standby and trying to find something in this market. We wait a few more minutes, and I was expecting the ES to to bounce back from those area here. They pushed it all the way to the support area at 34.19, and I was concerned about the Nasdaq not gonna break that area. Then they pushed it to the support area to the 99, and kiss it goodbye. This is a really amazing movement, and that is gonna be a disaster for this guy. Cannot see it. Really, it's a problem. Now, if we look at the Nasdaq right now, this is really important. Where I'm trying to open your eyes, guys. There is certain places on your chart. It cannot be auto traded or cannot be manual traded. If we look at the Nasdaq and the ES, those are the most critical area, and there is some trades you have a very high risk. Yes, Danny, welcome to trading. And which a lot of people waive that there is whatever you have a couple of three indicators put together, whatever those indicators coming from, we're not attacking that part, but sometimes you find your indicator working and sometimes you don't. What is missing in your chart, not an indicator, is understand a certain area and on the chart it cannot be traded. As an example right now, if you ask me if the Nasdaq and the ES long or short right now, I'll tell you your best offer is to flip a coin. Because we are in this area, we don't know if this resistant areas, there is a lot of heavy resistance and a lot of heavy support, and the market got caught in between those two. So actually it's not really smart. So you have some kind of trades, you increase your risk up to 90%. And there is places where you take a trade on the chart, you decrease your risk below 50%. So it's not just clicking on the chart, gentlemen. It is understand which area you need to take a trade and where the area you should stop trading or stop auto trading and wait till the market get open up again and it does not have a lot of bumpers on the way. Danny, the condition for an auto trade, if you are coming right now, Danny, and trying to turn on any type of an auto trade, you're going to be whacked, Danny. You're going to be whacked because an auto trade cannot predict the future. He goes on 1 and 1 equal to 2. And here you need a Houdini to find out if this market going long or short. 28 years behind the screen, and now today I don't feel like want to sit down and keep looking at it. I don't see any direction in the market. So no matter what I say, I don't see any direction. I'm out of it. So an auto trading is not a Houdini. It's gonna go ahead and predict the future. It's gonna work the auto trade based on the previous bars. And good luck. What is the previous bars on this one here? Long or short? I don't know. We are monitoring this new auto trade we are testing right now. And this is because we had a problem coming in at 10 o'clock. We find out at 10 o'clock when we wanted to go live. YouTube has been updated and we couldn't go live. And then everything was on hold. Restart computer. So after all this and we start going back live, we turn on this auto trade. We are testing this auto trade. And right now, this is the first trade on the ES actually. And we still around 2,400 from 9 o'clock trades. And the only thing is working at the moment is the gold. And as you see also, this is a very good prediction also, which is a very accurate system. As you see, the auto trade is going short on the ES, short on the DAX, short on the YM. That will give you a little direction on a confusion day like this. When you have a market analyzer here, it's telling you the market is more to the downside. Whether you are using that auto trade or not, we still can. I still sometimes, if I have a market analyzer up, which is natural, if the ES is down, going to the negative direction, of course, the gold is going to go the opposite direction long. So, and the 30-year Treasury bond will go the opposite direction. So sometimes if there is a confusion in the market, and if you see the NASDAQ, ES, YM, they have a short signal, so that will give you estimation that this market is going most likely. If you want like a third company, not calling your buddy, you don't need your buddy with you to give you your opinion. What you need to rely on your own instruments and not asking anyone. So instead of calling your buddy, you can go ahead and look why I'm short, even if they are a little down here on the trades, but they're all in the one direction is short. So it cannot be all of them wrong, you know. So we're still going around 2,400 in the profit on those. And now the Russell start kicking into the profit. And slowly we are going down again. And as if you want to, you have a short trade on a sim, limited order to go short trade around 52850, exit at 516. Scalping the ES, I will not touch the ES because I'm not sure this ES is going to hold on those double support area or not. But I can see very nice clear trade around 528.50, short, limited order, and exit at this one here. If you want to follow that trade, please do it on a sim. This is an educational place. It's not a trading room. You're not paying me to do this. And so very important to cross below sell order at 528.50. Not even one tick above that. Not even one tick above that. So really nasty out there. I don't see anything. Trying to go around and trying to find something to trade with, and I don't see anything really worth to chew on. You know, like when you have a shop, sometimes you have no customers. and today you don't have any ticks to chew on, and you must be very, very hungry to take a scalping. And on the days like this, if you can manage to get a few ticks here and there, that will be nice. And so this is the trade I called on the NASDAQ. Is doing fine. And if you wanted to understand a little bit better on this market, keep your eye. If you are an ES trader, we need to see the ES below the 3427 before we can take a short. Anything above 3427 is a suicide to take a trade short. Exactly, Jay, and we'll see. No trade on the ES until we see the 3427. Below that, you can take a short. Really nasty timing in here. For the YM traders, you are in the clear to take a short trade on the sim at 282.14, exit 81.51. Try to use a micro account. Try to use a micro account. On a day like this, nothing wrong with it, using a micro account. You see, I want to go back when you have a confusion moment. As we see, this is the auto trade we have not released yet. We are doing some testing on it. Now we crossed the 3,000. It's a market order auto trade. It's not a manual trade. It's not limited. It's a market order, and you can use ticks range, but here we are using minute. And as we see, like what I was explaining before, that if you are confused with the chart, and there is nothing to be ashamed of, because everybody can get confused with this market going, even by the top traders. They've been around for 20, 30 years, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. We are here to learn. But what I'm saying here, gentlemen, when you put out this market analyzer and the auto trade is taking those trades right now, this is the new auto trade, is taking $870 into the profit, and they're all in the same direction. This is the first trade on the ES, actually. If you look at the profit here is 0.0 because this is the first trade. And now the market, we start going from 2,300. Now we start going to a little bit above 3,000 on that new auto trade. And let me see, where are they? And this is the DAX. It's 308 and 308. So this is the scalping. So we still testing it, so it's not gonna be released on Monday, guys. I have a guy's about to kill me, want me to release it as soon as possible, but I cannot release it until we. And I want to generate thousands of hours support. We want to make sure that there's no bugs, and we still have to add a few things on it, polish it before we release it. So it's not going to be released on this Monday, but I will try to push the programmer. Maybe, I don't want to promise, but maybe the Monday after, maybe we will release it. So right now on that auto trade, we climbing from 3,500 to 4,000 into the profit, and we called the trade for you on the ES once it go below that line, and we called the Nasdaq for you when it goes below that line, and we called the YM for you before it gets to this line, and we told you where to exit. We told you on the YM you need to exit at 81.44. Go back to the video. We don't play hula hula here. And 5:15.25 exit. And the ES exit. You will be lucky if you can exit at 34.24.25. So put your hand on the mouth and try to exit as soon as possible if this market goes above the 34.27, because the Mr. ES is like a James Bond. He can keep flying and jumping somewhere else. So if you are on the ES, the one we called for you, you got to be careful with the 34.27. Once you see the ES touching the 34.27, close it and run. So we can see from the market analyzer that we are still onto the short side, and it looked like you're gonna make it on 34.24. And there we go, bingo, exit, ES, and exit NASDAQ, and you still have a few more ticks to chew on the YM. If you are still on the YM trade, keep looking at the ES, please. If you're still on the YM trade, keep looking at, look where the ES came in, exactly where we said you need to exit. The NASDAQ, we told you to exit around that area. The YM still, you still have a long way to go to exit on the YM. So don't regret. Always the cow think is greener on the other side. Don't regret a few ticks here and there. Do not do that, because it might go down to the double projection here. That's fine. It's 23. You nailed very good money from here to here. Don't regret those few ticks. You try to be disciplined and say, this is my target. I'm exiting. I don't care what happened after. So don't be, look, on the NASDAQ, this is where exactly to exit, and it is exactly where you need to exit. We nailed it to the tick. So don't regret if the market drop 10 more ticks. Oh man, I could have got those 10 ticks. Those 10 ticks are very expensive for you if you get in this bad habit. Next day, you say, oh man, I want those 10 ticks. And then you wind up losing 100 ticks. So try to stay safe, and don't try to chew on more than what you can handle. Trust me, we all got choke on it before. So now on this new auto trade, we still have the DAX trade. We are testing, has not been released, and the members are about to kill me if I don't release it as soon as possible. And I don't know if you can see those numbers, but we are testing this one here. Let's go ahead and make this number a bit bigger. And boy, I'm lost today. So we still have one more trade on the DAX, and we are about to nail 4,000 on that new auto trade and a break even. And if we notice right now, this is trying to copy some of the signal direction. If we look on this new auto trade, this type of new auto trade is trading with the trend. It's not a reversal. And as we see here right now, the YM Russell Nasdaq, we still have one trade on the DAX, which is about to exit flat. ES took one trade today, 300, and a CL 340. As if we notice, this is now the YM start taking a short trade. I'm not sure about that, but there is no trade, that can indicate. This is a short trade on the Nasdaq right there. I'm sitting here bubbling. I forgot. This is a short trade exit again at 514. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. So, and the ES want to go the opposite direction. Brilliant. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. Where are we going with this? Okay. This is a short trade on the Nasdaq. Exit at 515, please. And your YM, if you're still on that trade, you are about done, buddy. Exit at 8201 if you are still on that trade. And there we go. I want to see here in the 4,000 on this one. The YM trade, let's see, what is the YM trade? There we go. We are testing this new auto trade, guys, and the DAX is finished, and we are let's see. Well, it's 12 o'clock. Well, guys, we apologize for today delay because of a technical problem. It's 12 o'clock right now. I want to say thank you very much for today, and we will try to get better ready for tomorrow YouTube live. I want to say thank you very much. Please be safe for you and your family, and see you tomorrow. Bye.